Hello everyone, welcome to our new program. I am Nikhil Sablania presenting this new program on an important issue. So Jai Bhim, Jai Bharat, Namo Buddhaya to everyone. Though I have made some other programs on this issue, but this issue is growing like a never ending, expanding sky, a cloud that could burst anytime. All of you must have heard about the book by Dr. Ambedkar, Pakistan or Partition of India. There are, there are people who are using this book for their various purposes. Quoting from Dr. Ambedkar from the very same book, in the second edition, he wrote that since he published the first edition in 1940, various politicians, journalists, authors are misusing the book. They are quoting from here and there about the things which could fit them. Now, I read this book many years back, and the book did not make any impression of any party or any particular biasness towards Pakistan, towards making of Pakistan, or towards making of a Hindu state or a Muslim state. But since the BJP government has come, it is popularized that Dr. Ambedkar was in favor of partition of India, that he was in the favor of the formation of Pakistan as an Islamic state, that he was in the favor of making India as a Hindu state, that he was against Muslims, and so on. All these bluffs have been created by the followers of Bharatiya Janata Party by their propaganda machine. Actually, they are misusing Dr. Ambedkar for their own agenda of a Hindu Rashtra. It is interesting that they oppose partition of India and they oppose Pakistan on the basis of the creating a state on the basis of religion. That Pakistan was created on the basis of religion. Same people use Pakistan as a tool for creating their own nation on the basis of their religion, Hinduism. So, to create Hinduism, to create a state of Hinduism, they are using the same tool which they objected many years back. Now, there is this duality which they must answer, that on the one side, they say that they say that creation of Pakistan was wrong. On the other side, they push the idea of Pakistan through a book which rejected the two nation theory on the basis of religion. So there are three aspects I would go through. One is the aspect of Hindus, one is the aspect of Muslims, and one is the aspect of Pakistani scholars, and a fourth thing. which is different, is the problem they all are creating for a foreign author, the author outside India and Pakistan, the people who are using this book. I could go into many things. I could give you reference from the same book. In the introduction itself, Dr. Ambedkar has written that in this book, in this, many people misunderstood the first edition because I gave the references of the states which were created on the basis of certain things. But in this book, I am giving the examples of the states which have remained the same, which where various people of various identities could live in a singular state. This statement is enough to understand what he is going to write and what are his views. Before that, first understand why he wrote this. Now, this was not a book. It was a question of Pakistan, of the partition of India was raised by Muslim League and Dr. Ambedkar's party, Independent Labour Party, was contesting elections with Muslim League along with Hindu Mahasabha. So these three parties and one was Unionist Party. These three, four parties were in coalition in various elections in various parts of India. Now his party wanted to understand what the Muslim League was propounding, that the creation of Pakistan. Is it worth? What are the consequences? Is the demand is relevant? For this a committee was formed from his party members and Dr. Ambedkar was a chairperson of this committee and they submitted a report and that report was written by Dr. Ambedkar and so it was later on given in the shape of the book. Now understand what I am trying to say. This thing, if you don't understand, it would be very difficult for you not only to understand this book, but any text in the form of book, in the form of acts, in the form of novel. For the people who are not do not read much but they watch movie, for the movie viewers, I ask you, when you watch a movie from 45 minutes to 60th minute, how much you learn about that movie? Can you say that that part of the movie is the whole part? If you watch a movie for 15 minutes or 30 minutes from in between, can you say that part of the movie is the whole part? Can you quote that? No, you can't. Many of you who are advocates, judges, who are watching this video, you must be knowing how to read an act. An act must be read in totality. You cannot pick one section of an act on its 60th page and quote it as it is. So has to be read, books have to be read as a whole. You cannot pick what is written on 30th page for a particular book which is connected to a particular problem, a particular issue. Now, the second thing. So, first thing is that a book has to be read as a whole. Now, the second thing is what is the theme of the book? What is the theme of the play? What is the theme of the movie? What is the theme of the novel? What is the theme of the constitution? Our theme of the constitution is given in the preamble. So every article has to go with the spirit of a preamble, which is a one page text. So now what is the theme of this book? Pakistan or Partition of India. If you understand the theme of the book, you can understand the complete story. People are misreading it. People are taking references for their own purposes. What they are not seeing this book is this book in a totality. This book analyzes the theory put by first by Lala Lajpat Rai, then by Alama Iqbal, then by Muhammad Jinnah, and before all of them, not in the form of a state of Pakistan, but what Mr. Jinnah has quoted, that even at the time of Al-Baruni, even at the time of Al-Baruni, Al-Baruni complained to the Brahmins of India, the priestly class caste of India. You can call it caste or class. Same thing in Hinduism. That, oh Brahmins, you will never understand us. You are arrogant and our things do not match. So Mr. Jinnah take this reference from Al-Baruni. It was again quoted by one of the prime ministers, one of the presidents of Pakistan, Ayub Khan. Now, what is this theory? If you understand this theory, you will understand the rest of the story of this video. This theory was recently spoken by staff of army, chief staff of army defense system of Pakistan by Asim Munir. But isn't it ironical that in India, Hindus are also propounding this theory which was given by Al-Baruni or Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Hindus are talking about that story, that theory. They wanted to use that theory. They wanted to use the reference of that theory to build a nation based on that theory. But that theory was not a part of the ancient culture of India. That theory is not given. If it was given by Al-Baruni, then he was not an Indian, he was not from the Indian culture. The Indian culture, which has shown that people with different thoughts, different devotion, different faith, different customs could live together. This was the Indian theory of cohesiveness, of living in unity with variety in belief system. This theory is called two nation theory on the basis of religion, that people of two religion cannot live separate, cannot live, and they are separate in different senses, in different ways, their lifestyle. So on the basis of two nation theory, Muslim League asked the British government to divide India, and it was in the interest of British because they did not trust Indians, Hindus particularly. They did not trust Hindus because Hindus accept some, like the scheduled castes, accept them, the Hindus, because of the call from a Congress party, Congress party's call. They did not participated in the Second World War, except scheduled castes and Sikhs. Sikhs also participated. So British believed that if required in the future, Hindus won't support them. So they wanted a place here, and also they do not want a united India because they thought that united India would be dangerous from east and west. In the west, it can go to cross Afghanistan and it can go to the Gulf area with full of oil, or it can go to the east to China. So they were scared of the expansion of the India. So with this fear, it was in their favor to build, to divide the India. Now two things are clear. One thing, that a book has to be read as a whole. Second, to understand the theme of the book. So theme of the Pakistan or partition of India reject is the analysis of two nation theory, whether it accepts it or it rejects it. So I have said in that in the introduction of the book, as Dr. Ambedkar has written, that he has given references of the states which are living together despite minorities. This shows clearly, and those who are more enthusiastic and those who don't trust what I am saying, or they can go and read the whole book. Now, from the point of view of Hindus, Hindus are using this book to justify the two nation theory. The same theory they are opposing for over 85 years. How could you justify a theory? I am asking the Hindu leaders. How could you justify a theory which you are opposing for 85 years? How could you justify a theory which has evidences of your ancient civilization, where various beliefs, various faiths, and various religions are living cohesively together? How could you justify that theory? Or you wanted to put blame of division on Dr. Ambedkar? Now that is a complicated question you must answer. You can't justify this theory in reality, because in your civilization there are plenty of evidences of various cultures, various communities living together in a in the same geographical area and under the same nation. You both Hindu and Muslims got united in the mutiny of 1857. You both Hindu and Muslims got united along with Christian Robert Clive against Sirajudaulah, who was a notorious Mughal king. So how could you say that Hindus and Muslims can't live together, whereas there are more than 6,000 castes, that is 6,000 separate communities living together in the same India, the communities who do not intermarry, but they follow same religion, and then along with them there are almost all the religions practiced in the world are practiced in India. Jainism, Buddhism, Parsi, Zoroastrian, Jews, Sikhs, and then tribal religions. So thousands of communities, thousands of beliefs, thousands of faith, and within one religion there are hundreds of faith. And every day or after every 10 years I am seeing that new god is emerging, leaving behind the previous faith. So how could you say, how could you justify the two nation theory on the basis of religion? So your claim is not justified, it's not right. It is false, It goes against the evidence of this civilization, it goes against the evidence of the reality of India. Second is the Muslims. So Hindus, for this purpose, for justifying the theory, are using this book, are using the Dr. Ambedkar, or I would say are misusing this book, misusing Dr. Ambedkar. They could even go to judiciary. They know judges don't have a proper time because they have a lot of cases. They can't go through with 600 pages of this book. Dr. Ambedkar himself said in the book, you may not agree or you might agree, but I have given some historical facts and my own thinking, but it's up to you. So this means he never pushed, he never ever pushed the theory of two nation. Now about the Muslim perspective. Muslims are silent on this book since it has come out. Like Hindus, they have taken it. Initially, Hindus have taken it that it's against them, but they have also taken it against them because it was a report. So, Dr. Ambedkar had written all the good things of Hindus and Muslims and all the bad things of Hindus and Muslims between the relationships of the communities. And impartially, he has written, and even he has said that I apologize if it has hurt someone, but it was never my intention, and I wrote it without any biasness and without any purpose also. But if some Muslims are silent on this book because they have taken the position of Hindus, they have accepted the positions of Hindus. When Hindu says that this book pushes the idea of Pakistan, and the Pakistan is right because Muslims are dangerous to live with. This is their stand. But they don't go to the book. The Muslims don't read the book because in the same book Dr. Ambedkar has also said good things about Muslims, that a cement, a concrete which binds the Muslims doesn't bind the Hindus. Muslims might be aggressive towards an outer group, but when a person is a Muslim, they are not aggressive towards him. They take care of him. These are not the exact words I am using. I am trying to explain. So he has also said good things for Hindus, good things for Muslims also. But it's our tendency that we take only bad examples, bad things. Now look at the Muslim world. There are more, almost same number of Muslims in India, and they would be outnumber the Muslims in the Pakistan, in the Western Pakistan. And if we compare the population of East Bengal, that is Bangladesh, and now Bengal, then the populations are almost same. And here people are living in peace. One of the richest person in India, Aziz Premji, is a Muslim. There are many Muslim rich people in academics, in films. I do not want to go into all these things. These are the examples everyone knows. So Muslims have also flourished in India. But when they are silent on this book and when they take the position or the what Hindu says, this means they are not using their mind. They should also look into the book and find the reality of what he was trying to say. So they think that this book is Now, if the Muslims take the position of Hindus, and the position is that Dr. Ambedkar was in favor of partition, and they take that position and they accept the book in that form, this means they are accepting this, that partition was bad. Then they themselves negating, rejecting the two nation theory. And same was Dr. Ambedkar did in this book. He rejected two nation theory because it was a report he had to write, and it was about, and some in the second edition he also gave his own analysis, and he says that people can live together. So he rejected. So if the Muslims wanted to go against Hindu, then they should oppose Hindus who are saying that Dr. Ambedkar was in favor of partition through this book. Then Muslims should show, if they are against Hindus, that no, he was not in favor of partition. You read it properly. So this position of Muslims in India is also wrong. Now the third position of a Muslim of Pakistan. I have read a very famous scholar from Pakistan. He writes in his book that Dr. Ambedkar favored Pakistan. Now here also he has also accepted the view of the Hindus. However, how could he be different if he says he is different from Hindus? So he also writes that Dr. Ambedkar propounded and favored the partition of India and Pakistan so that his own community members, that is, the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes, could get more benefits in the independent India. This statement is totally false, ill conceived, misconceived, narrowly conceived. Because the reservations or the representation to these communities of Dr. Ambedkar was already given in 1935 Government of India Act, when there was no question of Pakistan. So a secured position was already there, and if India was formed under a singular nation, then those positions would remain there. They won't be unchanged. In fact, Muslims have lost more in the India because under that conditions Muslims would have a more population and participated in the elections and gained good number of seats and could form party, and Dr. Ambedkar was contesting election with Muslim League party, with Unionist party and with Hindu Mahasabha. So, so this view of the Pakistani Muslim scholars is also absolutely wrong. And then I would say they also have a casteist mentality, and they have also adapted the mentality of Hindus, same Hindus whom they oppose. Interestingly, both Hindus and Muslims who project them as Hindus and Muslims or messiahs of Hindus and Muslims, they are not different at all mentally. They are mentally very similar. On the question of caste, they are casteist. The caste system is still, though not part of the system of religion among Muslims, but followed by Muslims. Why do you follow caste system if it is not part of your religion? Then why you are saying that you are different from Hindu and you wanted a two nation theory, you wanted to prove it, and now Asim Munir wanted to prove it with what wrong he has done. craving out a new space, a new position for him might be to become the president of Pakistan following Pervez Musharraf, Yahya Khan, Ayub Khan, and so on. He might want to join that lineage, and revoking this two nation theory. And I hope that people who are in the Pakistan who are watching this program must also understand that your history is not the history of Pakistan from 1947. Your history is the history of this Indian subcontinent. So read your history from that perspective. So, taken these four positions, these three positions, let us understand what impact it creates on an author who is from outside India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. Interestingly, they also take the same position, the wrong position, that Dr. Ambedkar was in favor of partition, or he was in favor of partition, or he was in favor of Hinduism, or he disliked Muslims. If he disliked Muslims, why he was contesting election with Muslim League? See, for Dr. Ambedkar, person like Dr. Ambedkar, it was not a matter of like or dislike. I think he was like a child, an innocent child, complaining, see, this thing is wrong in you. And I'm sure if today he had been alive, he would must be complaining so many things among the scheduled caste community, his own community, and that he did during the last years of his life. That you are not carrying my mission properly. That you, despite I gave you education, I make you officers, you are not carrying the task which I started. He must have complained that from his own people. This was the innocence of Dr. Ambedkar, which has been manipulated over all these years. It's wrong, it's brutal. So I hope that this thing must be very clear to you. In a sum, each book must be read as a whole. It has a theme. This book has a theme of analysis of the two communities, Hindus and Muslims, which are living together for over 1,000 years. And in his final analysis, he wrote that there are also nations who could live together with different belief systems. So I'm sure after this, who are watching this video, would understand that he has been misquoted, ill-quoted, and he has been put on because people are thinking that he is from a community whose member won't come to save him. But due to his great work, he has given education to his community people, and today is a generation who are going to protect him. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this program, and those who wanted to read books of Dr. Ambedkar, books written on him, we have a very huge set of books, over 100 plus books, along with some books on economics, because he was also an economist, and I want people to also learn about economics. Economics is a very interesting subject. I have also written books on economics. One of them is published, though it is on the original writing of Karl Marx along with my comments and my explanations. It's in Hindi, but we also have books of Karl Marx in English and books of Dr. Ambedkar on economics. So you can call me on 852 852 or 8851188170. These two numbers work generally and they have WhatsApp, and there is another WhatsApp number 8447913116. You can also books you can also order books on our website nspmart.com. NSP, that is Nikhil Sablania Publications, nspmart.com. Thank you very much for watching this video.